Hey guys, so today we're going to do an in-depth tutorial on interactive brokers and how to set up your charts to look like this. Of course, we're going to talk about the chart appearance, indicators, watch list alerts, order entries, and hotkeys, and also answer the age-old question of how exactly do you get your level 2 on interactive brokers to not look like as well as adding the correct VWAP indicator on your chart. This was a highly requested topic after my Thinkorswim setup tutorial. So if you guys enjoy videos like these and find them helpful, please remember to drop me a like on the video. So the first thing we're going to talk about is layout. So if you unlock with this lock box over here, if I click it, that locks it. If I unlock it, then I can freely drag it around. So I have the quote window right here, and how you get these windows are with, if you click new window here, and this is where you can get all the elements like order entry, portfolio, watch list, etc. So I just have quote window up here on the top left, watch list and portfolio over here. So you can see if I click my watch list, it switches to my charts. I have my daily chart, my intraday chart, which is a 3-minute or the 5-minute or the 1-minute, whichever you want to use. I have my 15-minute chart here. Sometimes I switch that to the hourly as well. And down here I have news, and news for the stock, and order entry on the bottom right hand corner. And over here I have time and sales right by my intraday chart, time and sales right here. My level 2 is over here. You can see the bid and the ask. These are my order summary. Basically my order management system or my trades and other open orders over here as well. So, and you can, while the layout is unlocked, you can drag these around and adjust the width and the length if you want to. But I kind of have these set up like this. So once I'm done adjusting the layout, I'm gonna click lock. You can find all these layout windows over here when you click new window and find every single one together. Like chart is this one. So this is a chart. So you can fit that in any of the empty space you have. Okay, so let's talk about chart appearance now. So go up to your chart up here and click edit and chart parameters. So interactive brokers like to overcomplicate a lot of their chart settings. So I think by default, there's a lot of all of these different things checked up, and like midpoint, imbalance, fee rate, legend, and all that stuff. What I like to do is I uncheck almost everything. So it's just too much. So I uncheck bid and ask volume. You don't need this. I keep previous close. I don't use buttons panel, but you could. I know some people use it, but I'm gonna uncheck that. I like my crosshairs, so I use that. Bar detail zone, that one's fine. VWAP of the bar. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to use VWAP indicator. So I'm gonna take that off as well. Quote zone and chart trader, those are fine, so I'll keep those. And what I really like is over here, show my trades as triangles. You can use dashes too, but I like to show my trades as triangles. That shows where you place your buy and sell, so that's pretty cool. I don't do any of these cash dividends, blah, 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 all that BS. Very important. I want to see outside of market hours trading. So you click show data outside of regular trading hours. So I think interactive brokers start at 7 a.m. market time and ends at 6 p.m. market time. So if you want to ignore certain hours, you can do that here. You can click that and set it. Maybe you want to ignore after 5 p.m. market time. You can do that. But I just have this set at default. So I uncheck that here. And so that's the chart parameters. Okay, so that's what I like to do. And also, you can see there's like these annoying like yellow triangles on the daily chart, and I have that here on the hourly chart. I hate that. So that yellow triangle is news. So get rid of those. Unless you want to see those annoying yellow triangles, I get rid of those. You can see, oh, it's gone. Oh, amazing. So I'll do the same with daily. Get rid of news. Okay, you don't need those news anyways. Okay, so that's the daily chart, the hourly chart, and the chart appearance. And up here, you can toggle and untoggle crosshairs if you want to see it. If you want to get rid of it, you can do that. Some other ones I use is add commentary. Sometimes I like to add commentary. This stock is a piece of shit. And you can add that here. So if you want to add that for later, you can do that here as well. Okay, so besides crosshairs, you can also go to edit and you can see all the different trend lines that you can draw. horizontal lines, vertical lines, trend line, text commentary, which we did with saying that the stock is a piece of shit. Other stuff like arrows, you can also do Fibonacci retracement if you want to. I personally don't use it. I like to use my Fibonacci extensions or retracement on Thinkorswim, but you can do that in interactive brokers here too. You can see that it was pretty easy. Let me get rid of all my annotations. You can clear everything by click Edit, Clear All Annotations. So to add our indicator studies, you go to Edit and Studies, and I want to add volume. So I use the volume exponential moving average. I add that, and I usually use the 13. And you click Apply, and also the EMAs. So you can add as little or as many EMAs you want to. I just use one. Let's say I want to use a 9 EMA. You can also change the color here. Let's say I want to use white. So, okay. I have the volume, I have the EMA. What else? Let's say what it looks like. So that's where you see my volume average down here at the bottom bar instead of the basic, volume indicator which I have here on the already. That's fine too, but I just like to see, when a volume is breaking above the average, right? So next I want to add vwap, and I also want to add some other ones. So go back to studies. So to add vwap, you want to type in intraday volume weighted average price, right? So you want to add that. That's the VWAP. And you can see by default, Interactive Brokers VWAP gives you like 3 lines. You get the upper line, you get the mid line, you get the lower line. So there's 3 lines in total. And you can see it reflecting on the chart here, which is extremely annoying because which one am I supposed to look at, right? So don't worry, I have a solution for you. Go to Edit, Chart Parameters, and click Legend. So once you click Legend, click Apply and OK. You'll see on the Legend, you have the options to deselect upper and lower on the intraday VWAP. Voila! Once you deselect it, you got your one VWAP, which is the one intraday that people use. And that's it. And this Legend, you can go back and turn off by going to Chart Parameters and uncheck Legend. Voila! Problem solved. And some other studies that a lot of people like to use are the RSI. I guess it's a relative strength index. You can add that here. But you can also do other crazy things like the Ichimoku clouds if you want in RSI. But for me personally, I like to keep it very simple. Just a volume average, VWAP, and sometimes a 9 EMA. Another really important indicator is the previous day close. So by default, we had that set up on the charts. Remember earlier we went to chart parameters and we want to see prior close right here. This is previous day close. But Interactive Brokers make it really hard to see. It's this dash line. Like, can you see? Can you see? Like this dash line right here, prior close at 2:55 on JAN. That's the previous day close. If you look at Disney, it's this line here, 148.30. So that's an important indicator. It's just really hard to see. So by default, that's a previous day appearance that they have. And you can just toggle that on or off if you need it. Okay, so the next exciting thing we're gonna talk about is level 2. You can see I have my time and sales set up here and level 2 over here. So by default, I believe you get the fonts to be like super tiny. I think the default size is 11, right? And I don't know about you, but I'm old. I need these glasses to see. So I have everything set up to be 13 font, right? Size 13 for the font, and it's the same thing on time and sales because I don't want to have to like be squinting when I'm reading the level 2. So I do the font size selection for time and sales as well. So let's talk about the age-old problem on Interactive Brokers, level 2, and how it's only black and gray. And it's extremely hard to see. So let's go back to level 2 panels over here. I have market maker name, price, and size. I think by default they have some other ones, but you can remove them if you want, right? But I like to keep these 3. And click down here, show colors. So once you show colors, you can see it's just the black and gray still. So what you want to do is go to colors and you add your background here. So you can see on this screen here, I have the colors set up to be like yellow, red, and blue. So you can do that with this screen. So let's say I want to have yellow on the top, red, and blue. So you can do that. And also, you want to change your text color to black so it shows up on the color panels, right? So I'll change the text to black. And another one here. I think you can add more levels if you want, like if you want a 4th color or 5th color, but that gets a little bit too much for me, so I just keep it like this. And click apply. OK, and apply. And voila, you get all the different colors on level 2, and the text is a lot bigger. I can actually see because I have grandma eyes. It's the same thing with time and sale. Let me show you what I have. So if I unlock this, time and sale, I have something like this. So if you go to configure, settings, it's the same thing with the font size. I have it set to 13, helps a lot. I have it set like this, show actual repetitive data instead of symbolic indicator. That's important. Show real-time data level, of course. Quotes, I don't like to see bid, ask size, stuff like that here, because I already see that on the level 2. I just want to see the last midpoint and the last size. So last midpoint size, I don't really need time, but I can't remove that. So I just have that at the far left, which I can minimize in a little bit. So once you have this set up, you just click apply. So you can see that here on Disney, this is the level 2 so far. Well, market's closed right now. So this is the level, the time and sales right now. So I have it really narrow over here like this, like so. And I move the panels up here to drag so I don't see the time. So I only see the last price and the size because that's all that really matters. So once I'm done, I'm gonna click and lock the window. Okay, so next let's talk about the watch list, right? So remember earlier you can get the watch list by going to click new window and click watch list, right? So that's the panel that pops out, which is the same one I have over here. So let's open that up. So watch list. You can build various watch lists here, like I have one small runners, like all the penny stock on a separate one. And this is the intraday watch list I have. Very easy, you just click the empty space. Let's say I want to add Tesla, TSLA, you just add that here, you get Tesla. Let's say other ones like Roku, Beyond Meat. So you just type that and you have the watches show up here. And you can configure the tabs on the top to see the amount of data, how much or how little you want to see. So click this configure over here and click settings. And over here you can see the financial instrument, which is the ticker. I have last price, change percentage, volume. If you want to add more things like, you know, news, whether it has news or not, you can add that here. You can add dividends. Greeks, if you are trading options, you can see the delta or the theta on the stock so far. If you would like to see that, you can just click this and move and add that over here to the left side. So you'll have that show up on the tab here. So, but I don't like using that. The colors, I just have this set as default. It's not anything fancy like I like for the level 2. So once you have that, click apply. And let's create a new watch list. So you click this little plus sign on the top, new watch list. And I want to say, let's say I want a new watch list. I can rename it by clicking the right button, rename watch list. Let's say it's a demo. And you just add more small caps or large cap stocks like you want here. So it's pretty straightforward, the watch list. And now let's minimize that, move that back. And I want to go back to my default watch list here. And you can also sort your watches by the amount change. Up here you can toggle by the change, by the amount of decrease or increase. So you can do that here, or you can sort by percentage. Right here you can toggle that here as well. You can also sort by last price or the alphabetical order of the ticker. So down here you have the news panel, right? To be honest, I never use a news panel on interactive brokers, but it's there if you want to use it. I use Benzinga, so that's my news source, so I don't use that. IB gives you many different options, sometimes a little bit too much when we're trying to place a buy or sell order. The first and the very obvious part is obviously the order entry box on the bottom right here. You can have limit order, stop loss order, market order. Usually I use limit when buying. So that's it. I want to buy the stock, SRNE, at a bid. You just click here and you click bid, 100 shares, and you click buy. So that's, you can see the order show up here. And once it's set, you can actually drag your order to move the price that you want. So it's pretty intuitive, but But sometimes it's still faster to use hotkeys because when you're dragging, you're kind of like accidentally drag a little bit too much. It's really easy to just accidentally hit the ask. So I usually use hotkeys, which I'll show you in a little bit. So that's the buy order. And it's the same thing with the sell order too. So if I want to sell or sell short at 320, if it hits, so if I order 320, sell, you can see that's my sell order. And also you can also, so let's cancel those. So what you can also do is using these, I think these are called chart trader or something, but these buy or sell buttons on the top, you can click buy, and you just kind of drag this blue line down here. That creates a buy limit order. And same thing with a sell, you can also click that red button and drag it onto the top. That's where you want to sell your position or sell short. So let's cancel those right now. You can also click on the level 2 to hit the price that you want. Let's say you want to buy the bid at 310. So that automatically enters the price at 310. Same thing as selling. If I want to sell or sell short at 314, I just click level 2 and that shows up here as well. Oh, also another very convenient feature that you can do with the order entry box on IB is, let's say I want to set a buy limit order on this stock SRNE at the bid at 310. But I don't want to send it out to the market yet. I want to be able to prepare the order first and send it out later when I see the price action confirms with that plan. So I can have that order entered right here, which will send this order active into the market. I can click this arrow, drop down arrow down here, and I can say save order. And you can see this order popped out, but it's not transmitted to the market. So it's not active. I can drag it up here. It's not gonna, send me the actual order. It's only, you can send it to the market, making it effective by clicking this T icon here, this green T here, which is transmit, right? So let's see that right now. So the ask price is 313. Right now I have it at 312, so I drag it to 313. Let's say I wanna, send this. So I just click T. You can see that filled my order. So pretty intuitive order entry tool. That's the one aspect I like about IB. So now we're gonna talk about hotkeys. So to configure your hotkeys, go to Control H on the charts here. So if you click that on your chart, you'll see the hotkey, this floating window pop up. So click H, Control H again to configure your hotkeys. So I keep it pretty simple, at least on this Interactive Brokers paper account. I have buy limit, sell limit, and close position, basically market order out, and also cancel all outstanding positions. So that if you want to create a hotkey, let's say a buy limit order, you click buy on the top here and click shortcut. So let's say record, I want Control B. Yeah, Control B. Okay, that's my buy limit. And market data, I want to buy on the bid, right? This is the buy on the bid. I want to click apply. And also customize here. You want to go to, so action is buy, obviously size is default. So default means whichever you have entered down here at the order entry. So that's default. You can also set to absolute, which is, let's say you always want to buy limit at 1,000 shares. You can use that here too. But usually I use default because I want to be able to customize my share size according to the risk. So I leave that as default. And order type, this is really important. I use limit order. You can change that to buy on the ask and all these other order type if you want. And you can have multiple hotkeys for different order types, of course. But for this one, I'm going to use limit. And what I really like about IB is that it allows you to have like a plus or minus offset. So let's say I want to buy limit on the bid, right? So let's say the bid is at $7, but the stock is moving so fast. I want to get in at, I don't mind if there's a 3-cent slippage. So what I want to do is click 3 cents. So that means if my bid is at $7, I will still get filled even though the bid moved up to 703. So that's pretty nice. And you could obviously create all the different ones for limit with no slippage and a separate one for allowing a 3-cent slippage. So you can do that. You want to click transmit order instantaneously, because otherwise if you don't click it, they will ask you to confirm after you click the hotkey. Then what's the point of having a hotkey if you're not gonna send it out to the market instantaneously, right? So I always click transmit the order instantaneously. Obviously you wanna read this and be aware that that means once you have that button set up, it's gonna send to the market right away. So you don't get to confirm and modify your order. So click yes, and the mouse shortcut and click yes. I don't click, that's a demo. So now I have the buy limit order. So let's say I want to, let's say sell limit order, create shortcut again, click sell, create shortcut, sell on the ask, go to customize on sell, default size again, limit. And for this one, I want to sell on the ask, but I'm willing to have a 3-cent slippage. So if the ask is at 705, I hit limit sell and I miss the sell, right? It ticked down to, let's say, 704, 703. I'll still get filled because I'm allowing myself a 3-cent slippage. So again, transmit the order simultaneously, yes, and click yes. And over here, and once you're done, you click apply. It's the same thing. You can see I have this very similar hotkeys for close position, which is market order out, Shift X, that's what I have, and cancel submitted outstanding orders, which is all the orders you have saved. So I have Control X. And once you're done, click apply. So that's the hotkeys. Let's say I want to get into the stock, CGC, right now on the bid, plus or minus 3 cents. Using my hotkey as Shift B, you can see I just got in, right? And let's see if I want to sell it on the ask. The ask right now is 1847. If I want to sell it, Shift X, and I'm sitting on the ask, waiting to get filled. And I just got filled, right? And let's say if I want to use a chart trader up here, I can click buy and drag the order down here. That's the order I want to get in at if the limit price falls down to 1835, and I have that up here. And the same thing with selling. If I want to sell or short the stock, if it goes to 1860s. Now if I want to cancel all my orders, I just click Control X to cancel all my orders right here. So very convenient to have cancel all orders or order on this stock. Let's see what else. OCO order. So if you click advanced down here, let's say I want to buy CGC at 1840s. Let's say, so I punch in that order right now on the bid 1842. And if I want to add a bracket order, so basically either take profit or stop loss order alone when I send out this buy limit order, I can do that here. So you can click or unclick whether you want a profit take or just a stop loss. So let's say I want both, right? So it's in bracket order. So stop loss, if I enter at 1842, let's say I want the loss to be at 1835, that's a stop. And take profit, let's say I want, potentially I want to hit 1854, right? So I have both of these here, and you can adjust whether you want the kind of order to be limit or stop. I suggest you for stop order, I always use stop, market stop, hard market stop, because I don't want to get slippage and get stuck still holding the position when I want to actually get triggered to get stopped out, right? All my positions. So I stop loss, I always use stop, market order. Profit take, I always use limit. So this is an OCO order, so let's send this out right now. So after the attach, okay, 100 shares of 1842, and let's hit buy. So this is where you see 3 kinds of order. You see the buy order I want, you see the stop order down here, you can see right here, sell, stop loss, 1835, and up here is a profit take. Right? So let's say if I drag this, you can see that I'm dragging all 3 orders along. Oh, I just got filled. Okay, so you can see I got filled on a limit price, and my stop price is now, I can also adjust it to stop price. If I want stopped out at 1837, I just got stopped out, right? So this is pretty convenient when you're trying to get in and trying to walk away. And if you're not by your computer, you want to be able to take profit and have the stop set in place. You can see after I got stopped out, my take profit order also got canceled. So this is a conditional order basically. It's only if you get filled on the buy, then both of the other orders will trigger. And once one of them triggers, the other one will cancel out. So it's really convenient. And also down here you can see shortable. So this will tell you how many shares there are available to short with interactive brokers. So you can see this contract will be available for short sale if the shorts can be located. That means they don't have shorts right now, right? So if it's shortable, this green icon, this green dot here, will be lit up. It will be a bright green. So let me show you. Let's say, okay, Disney, they always have shares to short on this. So you can see it's really subtle, but this green dot is lit up right now. right? Can you see a difference? This is Disney, so it's shortable. You can see if I hover my mouse over, I can see there's at least 51.9 million shares available to short sell. So lots of shorts on Disney. But if you go to some penny stocks, like today, AQST, they don't have any shares available, right? You can see if I hover, there's no shares. Let's say what else? APDN too. I don't think they have any shares. Oh, they do. So it shows that they only have 3,000 shares left of APDN for you to borrow short. So that's a short availability. So that's just a quick demo of the hotkeys. So let's talk about alerts now. So I usually set alerts on my daily chart. So let's say I want to set alert to be triggered when CLVS crosses 1123. So what I do is click alert box, this button on the top, click alert, and you can see I can drag here. So let's say I want to put it here. I can always change the price in a little bit. I have it right now at 11.45. So let's say I want to be the bid to be at or above 11.45. So that's what I set. You can also, obviously change it to, let's say, 11.50 if you want to. You can be alerted outside of market hours, regular trading hours. Usually I like to be alerted during the regular time. So you can then, after you're done, go to activate and you have the alert set. So, and also how you see all your alerts is go to a new window and go click alert over here and click the window tab. So these are all the alerts that I have set. So you can add and configure your alerts here. So you can see I have MYOV alert, CLVS alert active. So that's useful, and it's all in a window which you can manage and on a different screen if you want. You can access over here is, let's say I want to open a tab for options. Open a tab here, you can click new window and you can get options chain right here, which you can see right here, which Interactive Brokers is pretty good for options because they have pretty good pricing. There's other features like a scanner, but to be honest, their scanner is like their news filter. It's not the most intuitive, so I don't use it. But you can access that over here if you want. So go to new window and scanners. I guess it's the Mosaic market scanner. It's really hard to use. Like I tried to use it once many years ago. It's not the best, but you can access that here if you want US active. You can see all the active stocks on scan. And as far as the market data subscriptions, you definitely need level 1 and level 2 for the NASDAQ and the NYSE. And if you trade OTC, you can subscribe to that as well. I'll show you a list of all my data subscriptions before. And for paper trading, you can set your paper trading amount on your Interactive Brokers account on their website. So I don't think there's a way to set that up in the windows over here, but you can do that on the account management page that they have. So hopefully this Interactive Brokers tutorial helped you guys out to set up your interface for day trading. And before I forget, if you want to download my Interactive Brokers settings, you can do so in the link below. If you have any questions regarding Interactive Brokers, just leave me a question down below and I'll be happy to help you out. Again, if you like this video, feel free to drop a like and I'll see you guys next time.